What's up, guys? It's time for your daily dose of Broodwar. Today we've got Soma down here in the bottom left, Snow in the top right, a gem of a game from the ladder here on Nemesis. Gonna be taking a look at these two ASL contenders and see how they are playing out ZVP against each other. How are they matching up here before we get into that ASL? It's starting in about 8 hours from now when I'm recording this game. This game will probably come out in a couple of days. A little bit ahead on my schedule for producing videos, so it'll be out maybe later this week. So probably the first group will be done by the time this comes out. But there's not going to be any spoilers, obviously, because it hasn't even started yet. And there will not be any spoilers for ASL 16 on this channel. So don't worry about that. If you are delaying a little bit, waiting for something like the Tastosis cast of the ASL, you will not be spoiled by myself. So let's get into this game. We've got Soma. Grabbed his hatchery first, whereas Snow is going to send this zealot across the map. I was really impressed by Snow recently. I did a secret video on the Patreon page with Snow versus Action, a long series between the two of them, and it was pretty one-sided, to say the least. Snow was very, very powerful in that series. He did so much damage with these early zealots. Looks like he's not going to get any of that damage done this game. Sending his zealot back home, but, you know, he's got himself into a good spot. He's forced out quite a few lings here from Soma. And he should be able to get that cannon down, no problem. Third zealot on the way here, so he should be fine. And we're once again seeing this base being taken. I can't remember who it was we watched recently. I think it was HM who took this base down here. Rather than the high ground, which I thought would be better. Take that high ground base, the natural expansion, and that way you can kind of turtle up here and turtle up here. It's kind of what I like to do on this map. Really turtle up those two positions, and then you can break down this and take this base basically for free, and you can get this base for free as well. So it gives you like a net 5 bases for only turtling up 2 different spots. There's only 2 different locations for the Protoss to try and push into you, and that can be very problematic for a Protoss player. That is super hard to deal with. So in my opinion, this is maybe a little bit of a Zerg favored map, but it doesn't seem like a lot of Zergs really taking advantage of that. Although we may see him turtle up here, over in this location, turtle up here, and then try to grab this and go just into 4 bases. That is possible as well. Maybe later on he can push up into this spot. That's kind of the way HM was going for it, but if you're going to be slowly taking bases, you really do have to start to get in on some of these other locations. Try to prevent the Protoss from easily taking a third either here or here. Lings are up at the front. They're trying to get this gateway. Meanwhile, 4 or 5 zealots are heading down towards the bottom right. One sunken colony will be made here, and some lings are popping out, but this is going to be a tough hold. Looks like he might make an evolution chamber here. It's like an evolution chamber just to cut off some of this surface area, but 1 sunken against all of this is going to be a bit rough. 3 zealots going to work on that sunken already. One of them has fallen. He's done a good job of kind of moving these lings around just to buy time. 1 drone may end up going down. No, he actually prevents that from getting sniped and brings in the lings to assist. So pretty nice hold here from Soma overall, but Snow has delayed a bit of mining time, and he may yet kill a drone or 2. We'll have to see. This drone looking a little bit exposed, though it is going to get back to mining on the proper side of these mineral patches. First Overlord's going to go down here in the main base of Protoss, as Soma's getting that full scout. Spire is now done. And these Zealots still chilling here behind the mineral patches. We'll keep an eye on those as we take a look around the map at what's going on. Another gateway coming up. +1 is on the way here for Snow. Trying to move out a little bit here. See if he can take a good trade against these Lings. I think this is a Sunken. Yeah, Sunken Colony was going to come up so that he could dislodge the Zealots from this position. Nice job getting this Ling behind the Zealot there, forcing it to be kind of out a little bit further and giving him better surface area here. Really nicely done. How many kills do we have? Just 1 kill on one of these Corsairs. So Soma playing this out pretty brilliantly so far, handling all of the aggression from Snow here a lot better than what we saw from Action. Simulator going to be going down here on the center left. He wants to start to clog up this area to block off this area so that he can maybe take this space over here. I'm not sure what the thought process is there. If I'm Zerg right now, I want to start killing these eggs so I can get in here and possibly kill these assimilators. Not as much worried about this assimilator over here. 3 Zealots going to come in towards this natural base, but perfect block here. Just as the Zealots are coming in, he wants to force this to finish if he can, because really we don't want this to be finished. We'd much rather cancel that. It's like speed has come in. +1's not done yet. There we go. We get to cancel here as the mutas come out to push this all back. More Zealots heading down to the bottom right, but 2 Sunken Colonies in good position, plus a Mutalisk that should be able to hold this off. And yeah, the Zealots will have to retreat. Multiple Zealots going down out here on the map as Lings give chase. Base coming up here at the 12 o'clock. If he sent the... Oh, God. If he sent the Mutas here immediately to the north, he could have stopped this photon cannon from finishing. And I don't think he can get through here. So maybe he can still bring enough Mutas together to break these cannons a little bit later. But man, that would be so good if he would have just brought the Mutas up north here. He's got like 5 Mutas. He could have killed all of these cannons easily. And he's actually sending over to the center right, but he's chosen the wrong location. These cannons will finish, and yeah, he's going to be okay. Actually, 5 Corsairs. Maybe he could have stopped the Mutas from breaking these cannons. It would have been close. With a few Scourge, he definitely could have made it happen, but it's okay. The game goes on. We're not going to be able to deny the 3rd base here from Snow, which means a 4th will have to come down here shortly. Archon breaking through these eggs. It is a great tool. Okay, that actually doesn't deal any splash damage to the probes. I was afraid there for a second. Never seen that interaction before. Bunch of Scourge coming in here to the main base. Gets a couple of these Corsairs, and now he's going to take over the main here completely. A lot of probes are going to end up going down. He's going after the probe behind the mineral patches, so it's critical to get rid of the tool here for the micro of these Corsairs. He's still going to be able to micro them okay, but he's gotten rid of that tool there that will allow him to group up the Corsairs so that the Scourge can't all pounce, and he's going to pounce on top of these. He gets 1 volley on the Scourge. He actually kills a lot of them. And Mutas try to come in again, but there's 3 Corsairs left remaining. There's not that many Mutas as well, so as the last of the Mutas go down, it looks like Snow is going to be fine here. He's going to stabilize. He should be transferring his workers back to the main base right now. I'm surprised he's adding on 2 more cannons, but I guess that we could still be going into Mutas. I just don't think it's likely in this situation. And this is perfect from Soma, taking advantage of the chaos that he created with those Mutas to just drone up like crazy and really get his upgrades rolling here. 2 more evolution chamber, or double Queen's Nest. Okay, that's a mistake. That is a mistake right there. I hope he doesn't let these both finish. We should have another Evo chamber here because we've only got 2 Evos. Oh God, he's gonna let this finish. Oh no. Okay, so we got a second Evo chamber here. We're gonna start this. I'm sure he just realized, and he's like, Don't. Oops. I've got another Queen's Nest. I need another Evo chamber. Where am I gonna put it? Over here? No, he hasn't put one down yet. He needs a third Evo. If he wants to go late game here, he's definitely got the drone count to do so, to go into that super late game. Doesn't have Overlord speed yet, which is a major hole in the gameplay here for Soma. You need to get Overlord speed eventually. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to deal with DTs on the map. DTs will just wreck you if you ever try to come out and fight. So he will have to get that eventually. It looks like he's just kind of forgotten for now. He's going into Hive, so maybe the plan was to get Hive quicker and then get that upgrade a little bit later. That's going to buy some time for Snow. He's going to be able to grab center right here and go up to 4 base. And 4 base Snow, as we all know, is very, very powerful. The Snow Plow is about to come out here with massive gateway explosion. A lot of Templars being added on. And a Dragoon starting to pop en masse here. We've got Dark Templar going to hit the field as well. Snow has full map control. But 5 bases are operational now for Soma. 4 bases, excuse me. Base number 5 will probably be here. Could also potentially be here as well. We haven't killed these assimilators up here, but we've got those ones. Got rid of those ones. We come over here with the Lurker and clear out these eggs, though. That will be important for the defense of that location. These eggs need to be cleared out as well. I'm not sure if they're gone yet, but they will have to be cleaned up eventually. Coming through here. Gonna break through these eggs, but we've got a Templar and 4 cannons. That should be enough. Coming up here, he's gonna kill these eggs, it looks like, and make sure that he can prevent this base from going down easily. Ling's starting to hit the field. They do have that speed, and the Crackling upgrade is about to finish. We have a Defiler. Yes, Defiler's mound here in the main. Still no third Evo. I'm getting a little worried for Snow here. Without that extra Evo, he's not going to have those melee upgrades. Melee upgrades are critical in this matchup. You cannot be avoiding those upgrades. You cannot be just ignoring those and expect to win in a long game. Lurker here on the high ground. Managed to get 1 kill. It's preventing this mining here for a little bit, but that's okay. We're not too worried about that as Snow. We've still got plenty of minerals in the main and quite a few minerals at the natural as well. Actually, the natural may mine out before the main does because there are so many more probes at that location. He's going to break through here, make sure he's got some space to move over here to the center right, and we are about to begin fighting in earnest here, as both players are reaching a very high supply count. Double robotics facility has begun. We've got drops coming here. We've got Defilers popping out. Looks like this army's made it all the way through from these eggs, through these eggs, and now into the main base. Will have to be challenged by these Zealots, but the Zealots have +1 armor, and they're about to be 2-2 here in a second. These 0-1 Lings are not going to stand much of a chance against 2-2 Zealots if this trend does continue. Okay, a third Evo chamber is here, but we haven't started those upgrades. Man, we've got so much money. These upgrades need to be started like yesterday, last week. These upgrades should have been started, in fact. Lurkers here taking control of this high ground. We're gonna grab that essential 5th base to stay ahead of the Protoss, but there's not quite enough at this location just yet. We have the we've got a lot of Lurkers down here. We actually need to get up here and get into a fighting position, because if Snow breaks this and prevents this base, he's gonna be in a really good spot. Lurkers coming up, but what are they doing all burrowing here on the ramp? That is not where you want them. You want them spread out underneath these dark swarms in good position. Bring these forward, Soma. That's a little bit crazy. Taking the upper left now while he's creating this distraction. Down in the bottom right is Snow, excuse me, running forward now. Just 1 Lurker underneath the dark swarm. That's fine. You just want to force out some storms here. Burrow underneath the dark storm. You force a storm, maybe even 2. Looks like he's gonna drop another storm, and that's all the storm he's got. Okay, so 1 more storm potentially, but there are plenty of Lurkers here to reinforce, so Snow will have to back away. This is becoming a little bit scary for Soma, honestly. Soma finally gets his upgrade started. But again, 0 attack upgrades to the 2-2, and +3 should be on the way. Okay, we don't have +3 armor, but we're going to plasma shields. Switching over to that upgrade instead. Bunch of Lings making their way over here to the top left. Now someone knows that this base is already being taken. He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to go for a drop here. Darkstorm will come down just in time before that gets killed. But he can drop, I think, Reavers under this or Zealots. Okay, Zealots and Archons are going to be dropped here under the Darkstorm. Should be able to hold this location. He's going to save this base. And that drop was easily thwarted there by the Protoss player. He's going to keep all of these shuttles alive as well. It's a nice attempt by Soma to go ahead and kill that, but he's going to come out with a big surround here in the middle of the map. Snow not paying attention. He's going to lose a ton of Dragoons here. A great move by Soma to just bum rush this middle army, the army holding the middle of the map, while you know, while Snow is dealing with other threats on the other side. He's actually going to come in here. These Scourge, if they had moved a little bit quicker, could have killed... Oh god, they only killed one. How did they only kill one of these shuttles? Oh god, the drones are going to try to run away, but they're not really going to be able to get far. Oh my god, what did I miss here? Okay, here we are. This army was heading up here while all that action was going down at 6 o'clock. Lurkers trying to make their way up here. We've got a couple of Reavers mixed in. All the Lurkers are going to run forward. The Storms get dropped on everything. Oh my god. Pretty much what I expected. Just absolute destruction of that Zerg army. He lost so much supply there and a crazy number of Lurkers. And really all he managed to do was drop a Plague. That is the big... you know, advantage of that attack. The big, like, what would you call it, takeaway from that attack there over into the top right. He is going to break this position though, and probably a lot of probes are going to go down. Yeah, all these probes are going to fall, I think, as they're escaping here. Only one probe manages to get away, but down here at the 6 o'clock, that's been killed. So the 6 o'clock is dead. That's a big win for Snow. He's going to drop some Reavers over here at the 12 o'clock, start to crush some of these Hydro's forces, retake this base. Meanwhile, 6 o'clock has not been retaken. Instead, going to take the center left here. Thought this might be a Dropper Lord coming in for like a Lurker drop or something like that, but no. Soma's actually going to be sending army units up towards the top left. He wants to deny this base here, but these Archons are going to get into position. They already have +1 plasma shields. He's not going for any further upgrades. And we don't really see too many upgrades coming for the Zerg either. Only +1 melee attack is done. These mass Lings are really not going to do too much against what Snow has put together here. Looks like he's going to lose one of these Reavers. Reaver goes down. That's a nice pickup. Killing off the Reaver there for free. May end up getting this Reaver as well. No, the drones are coming up to the center left, and a lot of them are going to die. I think this base is going to go down. Meanwhile, running up here to the natural entrance, is going to try and bust through. One of the Reavers goes down. All he needs to do is pick off this one last Reaver. If he gets this Reaver, he should be able to bust through here into the natural and maybe start to kill these Robos. If the Robos go down, that's a huge loss for Snow. He won't be able to produce Reavers for some time unless he's got another one. Okay, he's got another one in the top left, so he will be able to continue to produce Reavers. Meanwhile, most of the Archons have either abandoned this location or died. It's like probably they went down. A lot of army is being brought back here to try and break through, but a Dark Swarm preventing that route. He's gonna go for a big Plague there as well, bringing some Lurkers up here as he breaches the main. Gonna go after these High Templar and start to kill gateways here as well. Big target here will be the Templar Archives and of course this robotic support bay. If he can get either of those buildings or maybe even both, he's gonna be laughing here all the way to the bank. Looks like Lings and Hydra's gonna make their way up to the top left, maybe kill this Nexus potentially. A lot of DTs popping out right now. They're great for these scrappy defenses. Another wave of units coming up for Soma's gonna try and break one more time, but there's probably enough Templar here. Oh, the Templar not storming. Not paying attention here. Looks like he was paying attention over to the top left, and he lost 3 Templars, so out multitasking right now. Soma doing a great job of taking advantage of this Protoss player while his attention is focused elsewhere. And need to bring that Overlord over here. Maybe go for the Observer if possible. Killing that Observer would be big. Go for the Observer. Go for the Observer. There it is right there. He can get it. He can get it. He sees it, but he's not paying attention. Gonna go ahead and push through these Dragoons regardless. Might even get the Observer with the Hydras. No, the Hydras do not target that. He's paying attention elsewhere. He's got a Nidus Canal in the center left. Not a lot of defenses down here, but Soma's in no position to attack right now. He's just fully on the defensive, trying to keep Reavers alive. Go for this building right here. The robotic support bay builds quickly, but if you can hiccup the Reaver production for a little bit, you might be in a good position. I think that Soma might just break through. He's doing a great job. His minerals are starting to run out. His main base is out. His natural is out, but he's starting to kill this main. He's getting through here, making progress. Another storm is going to come down here shortly. Storms over here at the center left as well are going to wipe up a ton of this economy. For Soma, he's probably going to lose every drone here unless he can find a way to get reinforcements to this location, which it doesn't seem like he'll be able to for some time. Okay, there we go. Nidus Canal is going to be put into use finally. Send some units through here to deal with these Archon. 11 kill Archon. That's mostly drones, I think, and the main base has fallen. Go after the support bay. It's so important. Reavers are still being produced up here in the top left, but only those Reavers that have been queued can finish. And he won't be able to produce any more if you kill the robotic support bay. It is an expensive building as well. We have a few probes up here, 45 probes in the tab, but where are they all? I guess a lot of them are over here. This base still being held, but this army is just kind of cut off right now. I'd love to see him break through some eggs and try to get in here. Mike, whoa, look at how many hatcheries are down here. That is insane. That is so many hatcheries. I gotta take a look at that again. God damn, look at all those hatches, man. That is wild. +2/+1 is done. +2 plus, or what is that? +1 +2. +2 +3 is on the way here. As those upgrades finish up, the Cracklings are gonna be that much more powerful, and he's kind of won this game, I think. Soma is just so close to cleaning this all up. He's doing some sort of, you know, lurker play here from the high ground, trying to kill some probes that are mining at this base. But once you've cleaned out the main, and actually he's going to get down here and clean out this area as well now, finally. So getting rid of these Zealots and Archons that were chilling here for so long. I really feel like that was a big blunder from Snow. Killing that base was great, but just leaving army down there for so long wasn't the best move. Likewise, need to get this army moving here. We're forcing more gateways to be produced. We're going to force another robotic support bay to be produced as well, because that finally did get taken out. You can build Reavers for now, but not for much longer. 2 Reavers here could be picked off pretty quickly if we get a plague on them. Trying to get the perfect position here with the lurker. He may just barely be able to range it. Not quite. Not quite able to range it there. So he's going to have to find another position. Coming up here to the high ground. He's going to try and push this away. We've got double sunken colony here, but that's not going to be enough to stop some Reavers from pushing down from this high ground. Can easily outrange those sunken colonies with the Reaver and push down into this base, but 6 o'clock is being taken, so there is a future here for Soma. As soon as this base runs out, all of these drones are going to be transferred down to that 6 o'clock. Targeting, he should be targeting this Templar here with the sunken colonies. Uh-oh. We're building into Guardians now as well. I love this from Soma. So smart here to go into Guardians now. Guardians are so powerful in these late game situations. The only other thing I could suggest would be Queens. If you get Queens with Broodling, you can start gunning down these Templar from range. And then once all the Templar are gone, you can also shoot down Dragoons, and then there's just nothing that shoots up against these Guardians aside from Archons, and you can kite Archons to the ends of the earth, especially on this map. Storm's thrown down on this. He's gonna start pushing these back. And look at this, just 3 Guardians able to push back all of these forces. That is wild. Guardians are so good in these late game situations. Seriously, I don't know why we don't see them more often. Now, he did manage to take them out, but that's only because the Templar were here. If he had some queens to knock those down, these would all get wrecked. Now, some drones are going to get stormed here. But meanwhile, as this push is coming through, as the Reavers are being brought forward, Soma senses a moment of weakness here. He's just going to right-click all of his forces here right on top of these cannons. So there's a lot of spread out army here to just jump on top of all this. He's going to go to work on these 2 Reavers. He might actually get them both. He gets one of them, not the other, though, that just picked up into that shuttle. Unfortunately, no Dark Swarm here to help out, but he's regained control of this area just by the merits of attacking over into this top left. Killing off some probes here on the right-hand side. Looks like more mutas are present. He's got more Guardians as well. This is becoming a crazy game here, but Soma should be able to finish it off. I don't know what happened up here, actually. I think I missed this. But the mineral badges were almost gone. This is depleted, so I don't think that Soma or that Snow actually cares about this base at all. So having that loss really not going to be impactful in this game. The main story here is this area right here and the attacks that are coming in on this position, because that's where this game will be won or lost. Some mutas here on the high ground trying to deal a little damage. You have to be careful, though. They could get stormed. Even in the eggs. Eggs take a lot of damage to that storm. Gonna run forward here. He gets the shuttle. The Reaver dies. This could be it, guys. I think Soma gonna break through this position after sniping quickly that Reaver. Every time Snow changes his attention over to this area, immediately Soma runs in and guns down a couple of important units for that defense and forces Snow back over here. He's done a great job of juggling that attention, of forcing Snow to split his attention around this map and just taking advantage of that fact. Getting some Guardians here on high ground. Again, Queens would be so strong in this situation. But again, as we get up here, oh, go after it. Go get the observers. Get the observers. One observer goes down. We only have one more observer here. He needs to be building more Reavers. He does have that robotic support bay once again. Oh no, that shuttle went down. Did that have Reavers in it? I think it might have. Oh my god, that's so painful. That is so painful for Snow. I did not expect that to happen just because Snow is so good at keeping his Reavers alive for the most part, pushing in slowly with the Guardians. Gonna drop some Darkstorm, maybe a Plague on this as well. This is just gonna make it that much harder to break through. Could be shooting down some of these Templar. Oh, he gets a Archon there with the Guardian. Guardian already with 3 kills is finally gonna go down, but this is a massive army here, ready to smash down the front door here. We don't have any more Reavers, just the 1. And a few Templar for Snow to try and hold this back. Slowly whittling him down here, getting prepared for the final attack. If Snow retakes this area, you bet that he's gonna come through here. Soma's gonna come through and try to knock down this base. He's just waiting for the correct time, picking off a few stray Archons here and there. We're maxed out now. Soma's ready to attack. He's just wearing down the Protoss a little bit more before he pulls that final trigger. He baited out a couple more storms. He may come forward with this Guardian and try to bait out one more. If he baits out this last storm, there's only like 1 storm left. Yeah, there's 1 storm here. Okay, we've got 1 more. So 2 more storm, 3, and now 2 more Templar are coming up. So he's got 4 or 5 storms. So still quite a bit of storm actually. But as Snow starts to breach this, the moment he really turns his attention to this location, boom, immediately coming in here to the natural. Here comes Soma with a massive force, eating big storms here. He's gonna eat some huge Reaver hits as well. The storms are actually insane, doing so much damage there. And Soma, his army supply just dropped by 50 army supply just evaporated there, trying to break this position. So Oh my god. Did you see how many units were there? Think about how much effort it took to build all of those units, get them all together and attack into this position, and Snow is able to just press storm, 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 drop the Reaver, put the Archons in the front, and he holds that. Is that fair? Is that really fair? I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's put your comments down below. Do you think that's reasonable? I guess you could argue that, yeah, you're not supposed to try to go through there. Maybe you should come through here. You know, this is open, this is open. Maybe he could try to break down here, or maybe go for a drop or something, but I mean, he's got the whole map. He's got a ton of money left. He should be able to win this game. It's just Snow is sitting here belligerently just not attacking at all, except down here towards the bottom or the center left. He may be able to prevent. It looks like this mining is actually going to go on until the very end. But Soma's going to run out of minerals eventually. He's getting some pretty decent trades with these Guardians, but Dragoons are starting to come up. And you have to fall back from the Dragoons. Again, you can Broodling Dragoons, so I'm a little bit surprised we're not seeing him do that. Queens would be hugely, like, just so good in this situation. Where you're actually trying to wear down your opponent. We might see this base get taken. Actually, is there enough minerals here to go for that? I guess, sort of. Maybe a little bit more than 300. I think he just long distance mined this, actually, and it looks like he's gonna go do that now. So we're gonna have long distance mining over at the 12 o'clock. Guardians are trying to come through, but Goons are in position to stop them. We're gonna have some storms here as well. Snow trading, like, unbelievably well. 133 supply. He's holding off a 172 Zerg army here, and he's actually pushing through down to the center left. Once again, these this mining right here is just about gone, but you know, he's still doing it. He's still pushing it. It's kind of ridiculous. He's gonna get down here. He's actually gonna kill some of these Guardians as well. Guardians are doing their best. They don't have any upgrades though, except for that +1 Carapace, which doesn't really help you against all of the storms that are being thrown down on these. Going after the Guardians once again. He needs to target this Archon. There we go. Finally does target an Archon down. You can see these +3/+2 Dragoons do very, very well, but an attack here into the natural. He's actually gotten in on this. Oh boy. I think that he might actually break this position. No, maybe not. Some storms going down. The Zealots are holding everything back. Snow's typing during this. As Soma runs forward with all of his might, everything. He's doing everything he can to try and break through here. And the defense is so simple that Snow is typing while this is going on. He's gonna type back to him. In a moment where he's got some units moving. We're out of minerals, by the way. We are absolutely out of minerals, and these drones are so stupid. They're not even gonna be able to return those minerals home anymore, and so Snow is still mining. I think that actually Snow is gonna win this game. Oh my gosh, guys. Protoss late game is so busted. You just cannot allow the Protoss to take half the map. And that's kind of what happened this game, right? We let Protoss take this one, and he took the entire top half of the map. So eventually he's gonna have to tap out. GG, Soma calls it. Not able to break through here. Let's look at that last attack before we go here. We're gonna take a look at that attack. Drones were being sent up to long distance mine here. All of that craziness was going on at this position. We had those two Reavers in the natural, and he actually does a very good job. He actually makes his way through here. Let's take a look at the connections with this Reaver. Not the best. He did a good job of cleaning that up. He's gonna get the second Reaver as well, it looks like. He does. The Lings get on top of all the cannons. So this was probably the most successful attack here into the natural. It was with the smallest number of units, coincidentally. But yeah, again, Soma just typing to him during that attack. God damn. Storm is just way too good, man. You can put 2 storms and cover the entirety of this opening, this entrance, and everything that walks through it is going to die. it's almost like impossible to grind a Protoss down when you are on even bases. The only times I've ever won games like this at the very end stages is with queens, and I've had one more base than the opponent. That's the only way that I've managed to take games in these situations. God, a great game here between Soma and Snow. Would it be incredibly frustrated if I was Soma at the end of this one, man. He played so darn well. Even broke the main there pretty early on, but Snow just able to hold out for what seems like an eternity here in the top left, and eventually grinds down the Zerg over time, and it takes that one home. As thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much to the Patreon supporters as well. This has been your daily dose of Broodwar, and I'll see you guys in the next one.